Hey guys, Abby here. It is bright and early on a Saturday morning, um, and I'm going on a little mission today, this morning. I'm sure you all have heard all the news, especially since the presidential debate a couple nights ago, about a little town in my state called Springfield. And I don't typically get political on this channel. You guys know that. But curiosity is kind of getting the best of me here. So I decided that I'm just going to since Springfield, Ohio is not that far away from where I live. It's about a 20-minute drive or so. I've decided to kind of just go there and drive around and see what I can see. And I've decided to take you guys with me this morning. So, let me get started here. And we'll take off. I'm not sure if I'm going to get out of the car or not when I get there, just for safety's sake, because I am doing this on my own. So yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. I know you guys have, if anybody watches the news, even if you don't, word of mouth, there's been some controversy about this town. And the influx of immigrants, specifically illegal immigrants from Haiti, and an abundance of them going to this town. So I just decided to go check things out myself. Specifically, it was a comment made during the debate about people, the immigrants there, taking and stealing people's pets. Sorry, someone almost backed out right into me in the driveway. But basically people's cats and dogs getting kidnapped or catnapped and dognapped, I guess you'd say, and ducks and geese from their local city parks being taken and by these immigrants and eaten. I tried to find if there was any information about Haitian culture and whether or not there was any truth to the things that they eat, like customary. And I did find that cats are like considered a delicacy there. So that kind of leads me to wonder, is there some truth to this? Is there not? I will let you guys be the judge. Yeah, and I'll insert some later on in the video. I'm going to include some comments and talk about some news reports that have been given and statements that have been said, with some statistics and information given by Ohio Governor Mike DeWine that I had found, because I know there's been a lot of YouTube videos as well, especially from public officials saying that these statements and these allegations are not true and are not accurate and have not been proven or debunked either way. So I wanted to just kind of check it out and get a feel for myself. Just the looks of the town. I have some friends that live up there and a couple co-workers. And from what they have told me, there is a very large influx of illegal immigrants up there. And no public officials have disputed that fact either. So, we do know that to be true. And there have been reports towards the beginning of the school year, there was an accident involving illegal immigrant that hit a school bus, and it killed a kindergartner on his first day of school. And which is really sad, because any of you who have children, it just breaks my heart to hear that, because if any of you who have children that have gone to school or are young, you know that like kindergarten, they're all pumped and psyched to start school and to be a big kindergartner. And it's a huge thing, and it's a milestone for the parents. And I kind of, funny story, I got made fun of when both my kids, their first day of kindergarten, and they got on the bus. I was so nervous for them that I was one of those crazy moms. Admittedly, I'm going to admit this. I'm going to sound crazy now. I was one of those crazy moms who actually got their kid on the bus and followed the bus to school to make sure that they got into school safely, and that the bus got there with my child safely. So, and I sat in the car and admittedly cried, because those were my babies. No longer babies, but big grown kindergartners. So that made me a little sad. My ex-husband even laughed at me for crying when I called him crying. So I decided I wasn't going to call him on the second one, and on the first, actually for both, I called my mom and was crying, because I knew if anyone would understand how I was feeling, it was my mom. So yeah, so I can't even begin to imagine what those parents of that 5-year-old kindergartner felt to find out their first day of school that they lost their child. So incredibly sad. My heart is broken for them. It goes out to them. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And not that I'm against immigration by any means, but do it the right way. And I understand people fleeing from their country, from persecution and things like that. But do it the right way. Go about it the right way. The United States has always been a welcoming country. But, we have rules and laws in place for a reason. You're coming to a new country from a whole different way of life. Many people that I've spoken to that have come from other countries, it takes some serious getting used to here. Our country is really like no other, in their culture and their beliefs and laws and rules. So I get that they wouldn't necessarily understand or know all the laws as well. But if you're coming here, take the time to learn that. do it appropriately. So anyway, I'm on the highway now. I'm going to pay attention to my driving so as not to be one of the reasons there's an accident. And I will get back on once I'm in Springfield. Okay guys, I am here on Main Street in Springfield. And yeah, just going to record some B-roll and see what we can see. Rundown and abandoned buildings, so not the greatest, richest town in the world. population that our Ohio governor, Mike DeWine, had said earlier this week in a statement. So we'll talk about that now. I believe he said that it was Springfield was a population of 58,000, give or take. And he said that they had gotten over the last couple of years over 15,000 illegal immigrants into the city of Springfield. He had also mentioned in his statement a couple other cities in Ohio, Findlay and Lima, Ohio, also getting a large influx of Haitian immigrants. He also said that it's been a huge economic, social strain on the city. He said that schools are overcrowded, housing prices have gone up a great deal. They have multiple families living in one rental. He said their healthcare resources have gotten worse. He said that they had, mothers at doctor's offices with sick children having to wait longer times to see their doctors, to get their kids to see doctors, because they've had such a large influx of immigrants coming in and seeking health care. Earlier this week, he also said that he had taken some of the state funding and gave it some additional money and resources to help the city with the economic strain that all these immigrants have put on that city. He had Ohio State Highway Patrol put in or send more state troopers and vehicles to cover the city of Springfield to assist local police with traffic issues. He said that they also put in $2.4 million into the city to assist with primary health care and vaccination clinics, which I guess is a big thing there. In Haiti, they don't have a lot of good health care, and even if they do have access to health care, it's minimal, and they don't get vaccinated like we do here in the United States. So they're here and they're trying to tap into those resources, which is obviously taking away from the citizens who live here and are here legally. So he's pumped an additional $2.4 million into the city for specifically that reason. He did say that it is putting a strain on all of our government services like the BMV, just different places where people go for like disability and things like that. The lines there are longer. They're having to rely more on translators there because a lot of these people don't speak English. He also said that he had provided additional funding to Clark State University, which is a state university here in Springfield, that so that they could have English courses. They're also pumping extra money into driver's education courses because driving is a big issue. They have had so many accidents, people driving on the wrong side of the road, because in Haiti they don't drive on the right side of the road like we do. A lot of them come here, they've never driven a vehicle, and they've never obtained a license in their country. And he said, according to the BMV, they're seeing a lot of these illegal immigrants come in for a driver's test, fail it, come in the next day, take it again, fail it, and they do this every day repeatedly until they get a license. And there's no driver's education training involved. They're not familiar with the laws of the road in the state of Ohio or the United States. So that seems to be an issue. So yeah, you know, you decide. Classrooms are overpopulated, because again, there's that large influx of students, and it's putting a strain on them as well with translation. Again, is a big problem. So like I said before in the beginning of the video, I'm not against people coming to our country for asylum. I get that. Coming to our country for a better life in general. Immigrating here, let's face it, we're all immigrants, whether it's us firsthand or generations before us. We're all immigrants to the United States. Just a matter of doing it the right way is what's most important. But he also said in his statement that he is not against people coming here seeking asylum and getting that temporary asylum granted to them. However, he said what he doesn't agree with is the government's policy to let these people come in for asylum, but then have no backup plan for resources for these people. They just bring them in and there's no resources, and they're just kind of there tapping and drawing on the limited resources that we all have right now because our economy sucks. So you've got an economy that sucks. You know, middle class people here are, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, are having to decide whether to, you know, allow their kid to participate in a sport or pay their rent, or, you know, some situations, and some people even worse. You know, they have to decide, oh, do I get these few extra groceries this week, or do I pay my rent or my house payment? It's a lot, and people are, you know, creatively financing. If you look at the statistics, bankruptcies are going through the roof. Credit card debt is going through the roof. You know, it's just a sucky economy right now. So to put an additional strain on the economy that already sucks to begin with, you're just sucking the cities and states in our country dry. You know, it's sad. It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation for the people who are here and work and are taxpayers and have lived here all their lives, or are here legally, and they're getting pushed aside, and these people that are coming here illegally are getting priority and tapping our limited resources even more so, and it's taking its toll. I have, through good word, a good source, a pretty reliable source, that, he mentions Springfield's been all over the news. Governor DeWine mentioned Findlay and Lima, Ohio, those two cities, starting to feel the strain as well. I have, through a pretty reliable source, that another couple cities near us, Lebanon, Ohio, and Waynesville, Ohio, they're feeling the squeeze too, because there's a lot of illegal immigrants that are being bussed and shipped there as well. So, if you're going to provide these types of sanctuary cities, make sure you give them the resources. Don't let it tap into a strained economy, and strained resources, when the people, you can't even afford to take care of the people that are already here, and you're going to just draw from that limited amount over and over for people who are here illegally. Again, I think it's a sad situation all the way around, both sides of the coin, legal or illegal. The government should do something. It's, how about be proactive instead of reactive? Take that to your leaders. Start being proactive, not with these knee-jerk reactions, and then leaving these cities and these states to fend for themselves and deal with the repercussions of the choices and the policies you put into place. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's my spiel. That's my little thing on the city of Springfield. Take from it what you will. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I'm not here to make you decide one way or another, but either way you look at it, in my opinion, the situation is not good. So, anyway, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, love, hugs, and smoky kisses.